The members of the Terry family would have to start with Mom, Danielle Terry, and then myself. We've got Theo Terry right in front of the camera here. Grayson Terry is the firstborn. He's turning 2 in April. The first baby that we got was Sullivan Terry, the big Bernedoodle, and then another Bernedoodle named Lucy. 2 dogs, 2 boys, and Mom and Dad.
I think my favorite aspect of being a mom is seeing them grow and just change into amazing people and have their little personalities. Grayson has just become so fun over the last couple years. And I love the newborn stage too. As he's crying. Yeah, this part is so fun, all the cuddles and stuff.
You know, now that Grayson's getting a little older, I can, he's staying hockey and I get to play hockey with him around the house or just going, into the pool or whatever it is. Just, kind of just getting to see their personalities form and yeah, just getting to watch them grow is probably my favorite part.
We found out that we were pregnant with Theo last summer. We had just gotten back from the hockey season. We live in Colorado in the summer. I
just remember I could tell that, I don't know, she had something to tell me or something was going on. And fast forward, find out it's another boy and already seeing how they interact with each other, we're gonna have our hands full. But that's what, we kind of said from the beginning we wanted was kids that are, close in age and kind of grow up together.
Where's Grayson?
Where's Gray?
Where is he?
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Our first came at the same exact time, 37 weeks, and he was perfectly healthy, came right home and had no issues. And then Theo was born, and rather quickly, like 20 minutes after he was born, they noticed his breathing was off.
We had known Theo for a couple of minutes and all of a sudden, you're seeing him kind of taken away and brought down to the NICU, and he was a few hours old and all of a sudden had a breathing tube and a chest tube. And
they told us they thought he'd only need oxygen for a little bit and he'd probably come right back up in the morning, and then his lung collapsed at like 4 a.m.
The doctors there were great and kind of assuring us, but I knew that was gonna be a hard moment for me also, was just, being there when she saw him for the first time.
Right away, when we got over to CHOC, Dr. Bixby was the first doctor that I met.
I came in the night after Theo was transferred to CHOC. I was aware that he was coming because he was going to come on to my service. And I was called to the bedside urgently by the charge nurse.
I think she just did a really good job at not only being there for Theo, but also being there for us.
I called in my subspecialist, the ear, nose, and throat doctors, to come and do a bedside look at the airway from above. So having the specialist ready to come and intervene and look really made a difference in impacting Theo's journey.
As a parent, you just want to feel that, they're exploring every avenue. They're, not taking shortcuts. They're, just really investing everything they have to try to, help your baby. But she just genuinely cared.
Oftentimes when we meet families in the NICU, I can't tell them what's going on. I can tell them these are the things I'm worried about. I can't predict the future. And really being able to develop that relationship with the Terrys to be able to say, here's what we think is going on. Here are the ways we're going to figure it out together and move forward.
It was crazy. I remember they told us the good news after he had just been put under, and all the doctors knew that he had a game. And when we all looked at Troy and we were like, go play, all the doctors were like cheering him down the hallway, and the nurses like, go Troy, go play. Yeah. Again, it was really sweet to feel all the support of all the nurses and doctors that were there with us. And then they were there supporting me too.
The support that I got from the Ducks and the organization, my teammates, the families on the team, management, fans, it was one of those things that reminds you that, hockey is just a big, family, community, and they cared about, us as people, before, who I am on the ice to them.
Getting to know the Terrys, it's been really a joy. I think getting to know them from the medical side and watching them be the amazing parents that they are, and then wanting to leverage or use their voice and their ability to share stories about CHOC is really quite special.
We've been lucky enough to be a part of the Anaheim Ducks Foundation and their partnership with CHOC, you know, whether it was the fashion show or Troy loves going and visiting the kids. And like he said, it was always so grounding for him.
Now that we've gone through this whole process and I've got to kind of just be on the, you know, the helping out side and seeing, you know, how great CHOC is and, you know, the programs that they run and everything. And, you know, it's just a place that, yeah, I feel very passionate about.
Right now, I think that it's such a special relationship between the Ducks and CHOC because they really do have an aligned goal.
Can you have Knuckles? Knuckles.
Theo's doing amazing. He is back to being a normal baby that eats, sleeps. No, but he's doing really amazing. Our outlook has changed so much. We're just not taking for granted any of these, you know, special moments with him.
I love the journey of taking a family with a baby who is having a medical issue. Really does that. They come in scared, the baby's sick, and we get to turn around and watch them walk out the door waving, smiling, and everybody's happy and healthy. And that is such a rewarding journey.
Now, you know, I think he's been home for over a month and he's, you know, pretty close to being a normal baby now and just being whole again and seeing him, Grayson, how much he loves him, and just all of it is something that we definitely don't take for granted with, you know, how the first month or so of his life went.